Hello everyone. In previous lecture we started with the new chapter in the pharmaceutics 1, that is heat processes. So we covered what is the heat transfer, or which are the different methods of heat transfer, then which are the different heat processes like sublimation, desiccation and evaporation. Then we studied which are the different factors affects on the rate of evaporation and how they affect on the rate of evaporation. The next one is the different types of equipments used for the evaporation process. So this is the classification of equipments used for the evaporation, that are natural circulation evaporators, then forced circulation evaporators and the film evaporators. Then how does actual the heat transfer takes place in this type of evaporators? Depending on that, they are classified as natural circulation evaporators, in which the heat is transferred naturally by the convection process. The next one are the forced circulation evaporators, in which the agitation is applied to circulate the heat all over the liquid to be evaporated. The next one is the film evaporators, in which the liquid is sprayed in the form of film on the surface or on the heating surface, which again increases the rate of evaporation. So we studied about the natural circulation evaporators, in that evaporating steel and the evaporating pan. The next type of evaporator is the short tube evaporators, that we continue in this lecture. So we studied about the evaporating pan, in that we study the construction and working of the evaporating pan, then advantages and disadvantages of evaporating pan. Then next we studied the evaporating steel. Okay, then now we will study about the third type of natural circulation evaporator is the short tube evaporator. In in that there are two types of short tube evaporators depending on the position of tubes, that are vertical short tube evaporators and the horizontal short tube evaporators. So depending on the position of tubes in that evaporators, there are two types, that is vertical and horizontal short tube evaporators. So first one is the vertical short tube evaporator. Okay, so this is the diagram for vertical short tube evaporator. So it consists of a set of tubes which is known as calandria. You can see in the diagram there are okay, so at the bottom there is a set of tubes, and that set of tubes in common are known as calandria. Okay, and that tubes are arranged vertically, so this is known as vertical short tube evaporators. So we will see the construction of this evaporator. This evaporator consists of the number of tubes which are from 1 to 2 meters in the length and from 40 to 80 millimeter in the diameter. Okay, so this evaporator consists of number of tubes which has a length ranging from 1 to 2 meters and its diameter is ranging from 40 to 80 millimeters. Okay, so या evaporators मध्ये अशा शॉर्ट ट्यूब्स असतात. जनरली त्यांची लेंथ ही 1 to 2 मीटर्सपर्यंत असते आणि त्यांचा डायमीटर हा 4 to 8 सेंटीमीटर, दॅट इज 40 to 80 मिलीमीटरपर्यंत असतो. So about 1000 tubes are fitted in a vessel up to 2.5 meters or more in the diameter. ओके, सो एक वेसल आहे की ज्याचा डायमीटर 2.5 मीटरपर्यंत असतो आणि त्याच्यामध्ये जवळजवळ 1000 अशा प्रकारच्या ट्यूब्स अरेंज केलेले असतात. सो दिस पार्ट ऑफ इव्हॅपोरेटर इज कॉल्ड ॲज कॅलेंड्रिया. ओके, सो ज्या काही ट्यूब्स आपण त्या वेसलमध्ये अरेंज केलेल्या आहेत त्या सेट ऑफ ट्यूब्सला काय म्हटलं जातं? कॅलेंड्रिया. ओके, सो जो काही 1000 ट्यूब्स आहेत त्यांना एकत्रितपणे आपण कॅलेंड्रिया असं म्हणतो. Then these tubes are fitted with a liquid, sorry, these tubes are filled with a liquid and surrounded by a steam. ओके, तुम्ही इथे पाहू शकता दोन ट्यूबच्या मध्ये थोडंसं डिस्टन्स आहे. ओके, सो काय केलं जातं, ट्यूब्समध्ये ज्या लिक्विडचं इव्हॅपोरेशन करायचं आहे ते लिक्विड फिल केलं जातं आणि ट्यूबच्या बाहेरनं सराउंडिंग्सला जी काही स्पेस आहे त्याच्यातून हॉट स्टीम सर्क्युलेट केली जाते. सो द लेवल ऑफ द लिक्विड इज maintained slightly above the top of the tube so that the space which is left in the evaporator can be used for the purpose of separation of vapor from the boiling liquid. ओके, सो ह्या लिक्विड ट्यूब्समध्ये लिक्विड फिल केलं जातं की ज्याचं इव्हॅपोरेशन करायचं आहे आणि त्याच्या सराउंडिंग्समधून स्टीम सर्क्युलेट केली जाते. सो बिकॉज ऑफ हीट गेन बाय द लिक्विड फ्रॉम द स्टीम, the liquid get boiled and it is get evaporated and the vapors are collected from the top of this equipment. Okay, so there is a outlet for the vapor to condenser. So upper side ला जे काही आउटलेट आहे त्यातून लिक्विडच्या वेपर्स कलेक्ट केल्या जातात आणि त्या कंडेन्सरला अटॅच केल्या जातात जिथे अगेन वेपर्सचं कंडेन्सेशन होतं आणि ते पुन्हा लिक्विडमध्ये कन्वर्ट होतात. So the liquid in the tubes is heated by the steam and it begins to boil, and the mixture of the liquid and vapor will come out of the tube which sets up the circulation with the boiling liquid rising up in the smaller tubes of calandria and returning down the large central downtake. Okay, so when liquid get boiled, it slightly come over the tubes. Okay, it is get boiled and vapors are formed, and the excess of liquid again collected by the downtake. Okay, and which is again filled in these tubes. So this is the construction and working of this short tube evaporator. Okay, the next type of evaporator is the horizontal tube evaporator. In which the tubes are arranged in a horizontal manner or parallel to the surface. Just the difference between vertical and horizontal tube evaporator is the arrangement of tubes. Okay, in vertical evaporator, tubes are arranged in a vertical manner that is perpendicular to the earth surface, and horizontal means what? They are parallel to the earth surface. Again, there is a set of tubes which is again surrounded by the steam jacket. So liquid to be evaporated is filled in the tubes and the steam is circulated in the surroundings of these tubes. So the liquid in these tubes get boiled and the vapors are produced, and that vapors are collected in a separator where the vapors again goes in an upward direction and they goes to the condenser, and the liquid is again separated from the steam or the vapor is collected as a liquid concentrate. So in these types of evaporators, some mechanical device is fitted to circulate the contents heating in it. For example, an evaporating pan in which the material is agitated by a stirring rod or by a mechanical propeller, and the liquid is circulated by means of a pump as it is under pressure in the tubes, and the boiling point is raised and no boiling takes place. Actually, the boiling does not take place, but the liquid get evaporated and converts into the vapor. Then as the liquid leaves the tubes and enters the body of the evaporator, there is a drop in the pressure and vapors get removed from the superheated liquid. Okay. So in separator, the pressure get dropped down so that the liquid starts boiling and the vapors are collected and goes into the condenser, and the concentrated liquid is collected from the bottom in the separator. Okay, so you can see here in tubes just liquid get heated and that heated liquid come in the separator where it boils or starts boiling and converts into the vapor, and the vapors are goes to the condenser where the condenses again into the liquid, and the concentrated liquid is separated from the bottom of this separator as a liquid concentrate. The third type of evaporator is the forced circulation evaporator. This is the diagram of forced circulation evaporator. Okay, so this is the diagram for forced circulation evaporators. So in this type of evaporators, some mechanical device is fitted to circulate the contents heating in it. Okay, so why it is known as forced circulation? Because the circulation of liquid to be evaporated is forced by a agitation. Okay, for example, in evaporating pan, we can attach a propeller to agitate or to stir the liquid to be evaporating so that it increases the rate of evaporation. So in this evaporator, the liquid is circulated by means of a pump, and it is as it is under pressure in the tubes, the boiling point is raised and no boiling takes place. Okay, generally the pressure above the liquid is increased. So all of you know what is meant by boiling point, or when the liquid starts boiling, when the vapor pressure of the liquid is equal to the atmospheric pressure, then the liquid starts boiling. But if we increases the pressure above the liquid, then the boiling point of the liquid get raised or increased. So by this way, actually the boiling does not take place, just heating of the liquid takes place. And as the liquid leaves the tubes, they enter the body of the evaporator, and there is a drop in the pressure and the vapor get removed from the superheated liquid. Okay. So in tubes actually boiling does not take place, but when they leave the tubes and come in the body of the evaporator, at that time the liquid starts boiling and the vapors are removed and they come in the condenser where they are again condensed in back into the liquid, and the concentrated liquid is removed from this evaporator. So it has some advantages, like there is a rapid liquid movement which improves the heat transfer. Okay, because of the agitation, the transfer of heat is increased, and the evaporator is useful for the evaporation of the viscous liquid or the material that deposits solids and form readily. Okay, generally the viscous liquid which forms or which get deposit into the wall of the evaporators, for that the forced circulation evaporators are useful. The next are the vertical evaporators or the long tube climbing film evaporators. Okay, so third type of evaporators are the film evaporators. In that again there are two types, that is vertical film evaporators, that is climbing film evaporators, and the horizontal film evaporators. So first one here, it is a climbing film evaporator or vertical film evaporator. So it is a long tube evaporators where a large number of vertical tubes about 7 meters in length and 50 millimeter in diameter are enclosed in an outer jacket to which steam is supplied. Okay. It consists of a long tubes up to 7 meters which has a diameter of 50 millimeters and they are enclosed in a jacket surrounded by a steam. Thus these tubes get heated externally and the preheated feed liquid is admitted at the base. Here it boils and the vapors form take the liquid up into the tube at a velocity of about 6 to 7 meters per second, and the liquid takes only a few seconds to travel the length of the tube, so that the evaporator is very suitable for the heat sensitive substances. So liquid at the bottom starts boil and gets moved towards the upper side in these tubes, where again they form a film like or the film in these tubes or the film at the inner surfaces of the tubes, and that film get heated by the steam which is circulated by the circulated in the surrounding of these tubes, so that the liquid get evaporated and converts into the vapor, and these vapors goes to the separator where they are again separated from the concentrated liquid, and the concentrated liquid is collected at the bottom of separator and vapors are collected at the upper side or goes to the condenser where the condenses back into the liquid and separated from the evaporating liquid. Again, this climbing film evaporator has some advantages, like these long and narrow tubes provide a large area for the heat transfer. Okay, as we seen, as the surface area increases, rate of evaporation also increases. So these long tubes provide a large surface for the evaporation, so the heat transfer takes place faster and evaporation faster. Again, the time of the contact between the liquid and the heating surface is very short, so that it is more suitable for the concentration of thermolabile materials. Okay, generally हीटच्या कॉन्टॅक्टमध्ये लिक्विड फार कमी वेळासाठी ते असतात, बिकॉज इव्हॅपोरेशन फास्ट झाल्यामुळे ते फास्टली सर्क्युलेट केले जातात. सो असे काही सबस्टन्सेस असतील की जे हीट सेन्सिटिव्ह आहेत, की जे हीटच्या प्रेझेन्समध्ये डिकम्पोज होतात, तर त्या सबस्टन्सेससाठी किंवा लिक्विडसाठी आपण वर्टिकल इव्हॅपोरेटर्स यूज करून त्याचं इव्हॅपोरेशन इझिली करू शकतो. अगेन द इव्हॅपोरेशन रेट इज व्हेरी हाय विथ अ शॉर्ट हिटिंग टाईम. ओके, शॉर्ट हिटिंग टाईममध्ये आपण इव्हॅपोरेशन फास्टली करू शकतो. अगेन देर इज अ नो elevation of the boiling point, then the method is suitable for the material which produces foam. Also it has some disadvantages, like it is quite expensive, that is it has a high cost. Again, it is difficult to clean and to maintain. The next one are the multiple effect evaporators. Because this is the diagram of multiple effect evaporators. So in this, the two evaporators are connected together with a piping arrangement, so that the vapor form the calandria of the first effect is used to heat the calandria of the second effect. Actually इथे काय होतं आहे, टू इव्हॅपोरेटर्स पायपिंग करून अटॅच केले जातात, So in first evaporator, the liquid starts boiling and produces vapors, and that vapors goes to the second evaporator, where the heat from these vapors is used for the evaporation in the liquid in the second evaporator. Okay, then this means that the calandria of the second effect is used as a condenser for the first effect, so that latent heat of vaporization is used to evaporate the more quantity of the liquid instead of its going as waste. Okay, so फर्स्ट इव्हॅपोरेटरमध्ये जी काही वेपर्स प्रोड्यूस झालेले असतात त्या सेकंड इव्हॅपोरेटरमध्ये जातात. त्या वेपर्सच्या हीटमुळे सेकंड इव्हॅपोरेटरमधलं लिक्विड बॉईल होतं. सो इथे काय होतं आहे, त्या वेपरची हीट जी आहे ती सेकंड इव्हॅपोरेटरमधल्या लिक्विडच्या इव्हॅपोरेशनसाठी यूज केली जाते. सो इथे वेस्ट ऑफ एनर्जी होत नाही आहे. सो अशा प्रकारे सेकंड इव्हॅपोरेटरमधलं लिक्विडसुद्धा ऑटोमॅटिकली बॉईल होतं आणि वेपर्स प्रोड्यूस केल्या जातात. अगेन द वेपर फ्रॉम द सेकंड इफेक्ट then taken to a condenser and converted into the liquid. So second evaporatorमधले जे काही वेपर्स असतील त्या कंडेन्सरकडे पास केल्या जातात. तिथे त्या अगेन लिक्विडमध्ये कंडेन्स होतात. सो द कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड प्रोडक्ट इज कलेक्टेड फ्रॉम द बॉटम ऑफ दिस evaporators. ओके, सो इथे सेकंड इव्हॅपोरेटरला आपल्याला स्टीम देण्याची गरज नाही आहे. जस्ट फर्स्टमधून ज्या काही वेपर्स प्रोड्यूस होतील त्या इथे स्टीम म्हणून वर्क करतात. ओके, देन सेकंड इव्हॅपोरेटरमधलं लिक्विड बॉईल होतं आणि त्याच्या प्रोड्यूस झालेल्या वेपर्सच्या कंडेन्सरला पास केल्या जातात आणि अगेन कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड ज्या काही वेपर्स असतील किंवा लिक्विड सेपरेट झालेलं ते बॉटममधून कलेक्ट केलं जातं. अगेन concentrated product is collected from the product outlet. Okay, so here we completed the heat processes chapter. So the equipments like evaporating pan, evaporating steel, then short tube evaporators and the film evaporators are important as per the exam point of view. See, the construction is almost same, slight changes in their working. Okay, so go through that. I will provide the PDF notes from the book. Okay, so read that also and listen the lectures carefully, and for any query you can ask me at any time, and thank you for your attention. Okay, so thank you.